Laura. Welcome back. It's so good to see you all here at my channel. And we're going to be announcing the winner of the raffle pretty soon. And I'm so excited about that because it's such a wonderful way to be able to say thank you to everybody that's been so supportive to me. So thank you all, and we'll be announcing it about 1 week from now. And the lucky winner will get to enjoy a nice $100 gift card to wherever they choose. So today's topic is going to be about Pleiadian starseeds and starseeds in general. And the reason why I wanted to pick this topic is because there's so many misconceptions out there about the starseeds. There really are. So for an example, with a lot of the things that I've been trying to teach to my clients and students and so forth is that a lot of the traits that are online, they're mixtures of the zodiac traits. And unfortunately, the zodiac and the astrology portion of the energy isn't going to have too much to do with the starseed traits. So I wanted to make it very clear for all of you so that you can have a really good idea of what to look for when you're, looking into your soul. So first of all, the soul itself is going to grow, and it's going to add and subtract to itself in so many different levels. It's traveling through the universe. You're picking up traits from different places that you go to, and some traits you'll eliminate if your soul no longer feels they apply, and then some will embed into your consciousness if it does in fact feel as though it becomes a part of them. So you're adding and subtracting as you go, and this is what's helping you to build up your consciousness. And it's such a beautiful process because of all of the lessons and all of the energies that attune to a person's soul through those experiences. So the experiences of the soul, it's going to be unlimited because you're traveling through the infinite expansion that is our universe. So it's not just going to have one home. You're going to go to so many different places. You're going to go to, some have been to Pleiades and then jumped on over to Andromeda. It's all about where the soul fits into, like attracts like. So when your soul changes its vibration, it can grow and ascend within that place that it had initially had its first experience. And then its vibration may have been so changed through those lessons that it now needs another place to fit in and attune to. So no set of traits out there can apply to all of them. It just wouldn't be, plausible. It just wouldn't, because of all of those changes in the frequencies that a soul goes through. And then as you are traveling down, especially those that have come to Earth, as you're traveling down to Earth, your energy is lowering, it's lessening in its vibration so that it can fit into this experience to have the experience here. So you lose some of that as well. It's not as intensified, except for those that have come from huge force fields and then entering this environment, they're bringing all of that energy with them. And those that usually keep those higher vibrations are angelic starseeds that come from like 7th or 8th dimensional frequencies of star energy. So all of those energies out there, there are so many different places within each place that a soul could have come from. So I know that a lot of people, and I use Pleiades for an example because it's one of the most famous of the soul types. Pleiadians, they seem to think that the only place within Pleiades that a soul can come from is Era, and that's just totally not true. A soul could come from any one of those stars. A soul can come from the layers of the dimensional energies that are around that location. They can come from within the reality itself, and however many realities are located there. Also, the soul itself, the energy that it brings from it, it's not going to be specific to that place. It will at first, it'll start out that way, but as it's growing, it's going to change things around and shift because it's learning from the environment that it's in, and it's using its own perception of that reality to transmute that energy of how it's viewing things, how it's seeing things. So those that come from the stars, angels, otherworldly soul types, all of them are going to have similar traits as far as these go. Number one, you'll be a truth seeker. That is something in the hearts of every soul because it's trying to look for the truth behind it all of where it came from. It's also going to have that interest in science, history, because it wants to learn about this reality that it's come to, that it's been growing in, to understand its place in that, so that it can put that together with the truth later on and be able to relocate back home, wherever home will be for that soul. So even if a soul has come from Pleiades, it doesn't mean that it's going to go back to Pleiades. Your soul may have had this great change throughout your entire journey as a soul, with all those different traits being piled on there to the blueprints, that now you no longer attune to it. Your energy may be feeling very different, and like it needs an environment that will work specifically for the vibration of your soul at the time of departure. So all of the otherworldly soul types still have those traits, those feelings of being different, truth seeking, wanting to know themselves, wanting to know the world and the reality that they've come into. That applies to all of us. But there are other types of souls out there too. Like, first of all, we have earthbound souls. The mother and father coming together, sharing that energy to make that child. And then that child will go, and just the same as any other soul, through all of its reincarnations, learn, adding and subtracting to what it needs to make itself. So what happens with a starseed or an angel or any kind of incarnated soul is that this greater force field of intelligence and energy comes down, and it incarnates on top of that. It's sort of like a spiritual union between that otherworldly soul and that earthbound soul. That otherworldly soul needs that earthbound soul to be able to have that personality of those parents and the energies of what they've been through, to be able to view the reality around them, and then, take it on as their own perception. But that's why a lot of them feel adopted. That's why a lot of us have felt adopted through life, because we don't really apply to those earthly energies. We feel more closer to that greater force field of light that we brought in our incarnated soul, that's situated right on top of that. But a lot of people will say, well, Alora, how come I don't remember anything? Well, it's because maybe through a lot of the times that you've been on Earth, your soul has probably attuned to the earthly energies a little more. And then people get devastated when I say that. They're like, no, I'm not an earthly soul, no. And I'm like, well, we've all taken in a little bit of that earthly energy and being here. And Earth is a very beautiful soul, very beautiful place. It's just the society and the way things are done and the corruption and the violence that makes it ugly. So it's not something to not be proud of. It's just that if you have had many, many incarnations here on Earth, then it's pretty likely that your soul has attuned to the more earthly side of the energy than it has that greater force field of the incarnation portion of the consciousness. So in that case, you can build back up your light that you brought here from your otherworldly origins. It just takes a little time, and it takes having real truth, real wisdom, and being a service to others, bending over backwards, giving all of yourself in selflessness to be able to transmute that to an unconditional love. And where unconditional love is involved, there is no jealousy, no self-doubt, no competition, there is no hanging on to the past, there's only forgiveness. And that's another thing, is that a lot of people out there don't understand what unconditional love is. Unconditional love is loving everyone without judgment, without condition, and wanting to give to them no matter how it makes you feel. But if you are an awakened person, then you won't feel any type of negative way. You'll only see the truth in that person, the reasons why, and that will lead you to have that sympathy that leads to that unconditional love and compassion. And that's what most starseeds and angels are like. Otherworldly souls are all about that, unless you are, more of a darker side of soul. And if that's the case, then fine, because everybody's coming from their own end of the spectrum here to be able to learn. And we're all needing one another to do it. Those darker souls see those that are light, and they realize things in themselves, because it's not the same. The differences help others to learn. It's needed, it's necessary, just not in the unbalanced way that it's been done all this time. But yes, in Pleiades or Andromeda or Lyra or Draco, there are not just one place where the soul comes from. There are many locations in those areas, many different names of those locations that are not of earthly origin. Pleiades, Lyra, all of that. Those are names that were given by earthlings. And what we need is the truth. And that's what I'm trying to put out there on the blogs, is to get some of those true names of these star systems, star cities, realms and all of that out there so people can finally see how they attune. So I hope that you've enjoyed this video. I wanted to keep it short and sweet. Souls come from all over. It's not just limited to one place within the constellation or the star system. There are so many different things that you need to know when applying your truth, such as where did you come from in Pleiades, and what are the unique traits that you've brought with you from there. Not all of them will look the same, be the same, or have transmuted their energies the same. And it goes for all soul types and all different energies that come from beyond. So I love you. We'll be announcing that winner pretty soon. I'm so excited. I just love doing so many nice things for all of you. You're so special to me, and I've gained so much more support just from interacting and engaging. And I just want you to know that without all of you, I would not be able to give out my messages. So I love you, and may you always be blessed and be full of love and light and longevity. I'll see you guys next video.